Hi guys, Luke here and welcome to another FIFA 19 Team of the Season player review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 89 rated Team of the Season moments Sbc Lucas Torreira. His card looks very nice indeed, and he did cost me in the region of 200,000 coins to complete his Sbc, and in the 4 games that I played with, he scored me 1 goal and got me 3 assists, and he does have a 3-star records as well as 4-star skill moves. Moving along to his in-game stats, his main stats are going to be his 98 shot power, his 98 stamina, his 99 balance, and finally his 95 stand tackle. And I did have the engine chem star applied to this Lucas Torreira card. So overall, kind of expensive for this card, but on the whole, it's a very solid card, green in most areas. There's one area that concerns me quite a lot, and that is his height. Not just his height, but also the fact that he's only got 60 jumping and 39 heading accuracy. That's going to make him useless in aerial situations. But apart from that, I thought, the rest of the card looks very, very solid indeed, and also decent weak foot and skill moves with the position he's playing in. And for the most part, well, actually, overall, I really enjoyed this card. There's one area that does concern me, especially for FUT champions. It wasn't that much of an issue when using him in division rivals, but obviously, as we know, despite division rivals being a competitive game mode, it's nowhere near the level of competitiveness that FUT champs is. And we'll talk about his issue that I did have with him a little bit later on in the video. But first of all, let's focus with his pros. His first one is going to be his tackling. Overall, his defending stats are absolutely fantastic. Just that heading accuracy that really makes the defending go so much lower. But basically, his defending's in the mid-90s, realistically, apart from his heading accuracy. His interceptions, his marking, his stand tackle, his slide tackle, all very good. And actually, are kind of on a level par with like a lot of defenders and stuff like that. But yeah, tackle wise was very good. Won the ball back numerous times for me. Probably a bit better defensively than Gerrard. That's not to say Gerrard's a bad player. By far, he's a very good, well-rounded midfielder. But defensive wise, he's definitely the more defensive of the two players, and you could really tell that in game. His timing of his tackles, his consistency of his tackles, and all that kind of stuff was very good indeed, and he was a rock solid midfielder when it came to that. And also, his second pro will be his passing, 3 assists in the 4 games, in particular from corners, set pieces, crossing, and stuff like that. I thought his because crossing is still technically a pass, isn't it, let's be honest, was very good. His passing stats aren't, well, they are good. I mean, first of all, 82 vision isn't great. That is upgraded to 87 with the engine chem style. His crossing at 83 does go up to 88. His short passing going up to 98, and finally his long passing going to 97. So with the engine chem style, his passing stats do look good, but obviously 82 finishing for, 82 vision for a midfielder that's only, well, that's cost 200,000 coins isn't the greatest, but obviously bumping it up to 87 vision is certainly a lot better. And for the most part, his passing was good. Did make a lot of good through balls to the attack and stuff like that. Long passing was also good. Could switch the play very well. Very rarely misplaced the pass. Overall, was happy with his passing for the most part. Obviously, I think that was evidenced in his 3 assists from the 4 games. His final pro was actually going to be his dribbling, which I really liked about this card, because typically from a lot of central midfielders, and in the case of Steven Gerrard, for example, I'm not trying to compare him to Gerrard, but I'm just saying because Gerrard's the other midfielder that I'm using, obviously, in this team. He does feel a little bit clunky on the ball because he doesn't have the greatest agility and balance, and most typical centre midfielders and even CDMs very rarely have good agility and balance, but this guy's got 91 agility and 99 balance. His ball control, his dribbling as well are also very solid, so he does feel very good and smooth on the ball. He can turn very easily and stuff like that in different directions and stuff, which I think is very important on the midfielder. So overall, for the most part, very good. The one part that concerns me for FUT champions, and I am going to use him in FUT champions tomorrow ahead of my Virgil van Dijk to start with, is he lacks in height. First of all, he's 5'6", which is not good for a centre midfielder, but also 60 jumping and 39 heading accuracy. He's never going to win defensive set pieces, he's never going to win attacking set pieces, and he's never going to win the aerial challenges in open play, which in my opinion, you need the centre midfielder to be doing. And yeah, sure, Gerrard can do that for me, but it's not good having one player on the other side of the central part of the midfield that can't do that for me. So that's going to give the other team a big advantage. I would have potentially thought, so I'll just have to wait and see how he plays in FUT champs tomorrow for me. I'm going to start off with using this guy since I've obviously just paid 200k for him, but I've always got the option to bring Van Dijk in, who's obviously a very tall player and also has very similar defensive stats to this Torreira card. But for the most part, I think it is a good card. 280,000 coins is a lot. I don't know if I'd do it for nearly 300k. Despite him, he is a good card. It's a lot of coins for a guy that lacks in height, which I think is really important for a centre midfielder. Try and get it cheaper than 280k if you can. because I think that height is going to be a bit of an issue. I think if you don't play FUT Champions, I think this card will be fine, but I think in FUT Champs, he could be a bit of a liability potentially, but still for the most part, using him in-game, he was still a very good quality card, which is why I would give him a 9 out of 10 rating, but I'm just a bit skeptical to see how he is going to do in FUT Champs. I think he'll still be fine for the most part. It's just he might make 1 or 2 errors because of that lack in height, but for the most part, it is still a quality card. I just don't know if I'd really pay the 300k for him if I was you guys. But anyway, guys, that will finish up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.